Andrew with Press Coffee, excited today to announce, taste through, and talk with our head roaster, Paul, about our estate coffee that's going to be landing in all of our stores. Now, Paul, I understand this is from our farm in Panama.
It is.
What makes this a special coffee for us?
Just where it comes from alone, out in the forest, out in Panama. This is a very unique and very thoughtfully made product.
I love it. I understand they do some wild processing methods at this farm with a lot of our coffees. This particular coffee, more of a daily drinker. What's the processing on this coffee like?
This one's a typical wash coffee. Like he says, a very good daily drinker, one of the older, more traditional ways of fermenting coffee. This is a great thing that's very approachable for most coffee drinkers.
Yeah, and a lot of our daily drinkers, they know drip coffee. They love that round profile in our early edition. This has a very similar body. How does it do with milk? How does it do with dairy?
Extremely similar to the early edition. Will put up very well with milk, sugar, and you can douse it up as you please.
I love that. For those customers that may want to try this in a different brewing method, what do you think would be great for this coffee?
My personal one is always a V60. It's usually the best, most clean, and middle ground.
I love that.
Yeah.
As far as tasting notes and mouthfeel, what should customers expect from our estate coffee?
We said that this has tones of milk chocolate, nougat, and oats. It's a very syrupy, heavy-bodied coffee that lingers and lasts quite a while.
Paul, as you've been roasting this and developing a profile, has anything stood out as unique or different about this coffee?
Absolutely. This is one of the densest coffees I've ever seen. So when I first approached it, I realized that it takes a lot more energy than most any other coffee does.
That's really interesting.
And that comes from the elevation and the terroir out there in the Volcan Valley. And so it's really, you can tell immediately, it's very high quality.
Interesting. So very unique, very differentiated, and one of those would be a dense coffee to start with. Creates its own set of unique challenges. I have to say, Paul, I think you might have nailed this one, sir.
Thank you, sir.
10 out of 10.